You're probably going to want to be collecting 3 or 4 species, so I've got bags over here for you. Let's go look at some native plants up on the hill. I picked out a little walk where we'll see many of our common natives. So follow me over here, please. Every walk in the wild is an adventure. It's like a treasure hunt. You just never know what you're going to stumble upon. And you have a bunch of bags with you. You can just stop and harvest as you come along the way, and you come home with a treasure. Today we're going to be harvesting the native seeds for restoration projects. We're going to focus on seeds that help stabilize the soil and create a platform for development of a native plant community. But we're going to collect forbs, we're going to collect trees, we're going to collect shrubbery, get a wide diversity of plants. Right now there's an abundance of rubber rabbit brush, of green rabbit brush. The hawthorn that you see right here is ready for harvest. We're going to see blue flax up the way, snakeweed, a lot of the things that we think are quite beautiful on the landscape. We collect the seeds.
Rhopalamidia. Dude, those are cool looking.
Something that I've learned gradually about what to collect, how to collect it, what time to collect it, I mean, depending on the maturity of the plant. So we'll actually be doing some seed collection, and we're creating a seed bank. We've also planted a lot of the seeds that we've collected out at Aberdeen at the plant facility out here. And it's really neat to see what we planted has grown, and then we're able to go out and actually put that out at the various places that we're working on.
We are lucky enough that within our group of Idaho Master Naturalists, all we had to do is we merely had to say, you know what would be really cool is a native seed repository, and it happened. They organized the effort. They found the smaller group that goes out, they collect seed, they raise it at a greenhouse facility, they sort all the seedlings, they pot, and then they put everything out on the hill. So they are seeing some of these plants that go out from start to finish.
Yeah! Everything else is gravy today.
Today we're out at the Sterling Wildlife Management Area, which is northeast of Aberdeen, Idaho. And today we're out on a big volunteer project helping my program do some wetland and marshland restoration work, mainly focusing on cottonwoods. We have been busy the past couple years removing invasive species such as Russian olives, and we're wanting to replace that tree with something that's the most kind of more beneficial for wildlife. We actually go out in the winter and cut branches from local trees. We use volunteers to then repot those branches at a volunteer nursery, and we grow them out all year, and then now it's the fall and perfect conditions to get them planted. We're also looking at a lot of our native forbs, so our wildflowers, native shrubs, grasses, and stuff like that. So we're looking at the ecosystem as a whole and what is going to be best for different wildlife species at different times of the year. It's myself and one other biologist full-time, and we have some seasonal technicians, but that's it. And our area of work is about 5.5 million acres. And so having volunteers enables us to get some meaningful work done on the ground every year. This just wouldn't happen without this group of folks. So we're extremely appreciative, and that's why I always make sure to feed them well.
No, it's not glamorous, but it's fun. It's just fun being with like-minded people, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful group of people to spend time with and hopefully make a difference.
One of the wonderful things about this program is that you do get to participate in the full cycle. It was a really rainy day in March when a group of us all gathered at Joe Foster's property, and we just took cuttings of cottonwoods, dipped them in root starter, and then put them in a pot. And he starts them in the greenhouse for us and he moves them outdoors. And then we get to move all these trees to our wildlife management areas in southeastern Idaho.
We're at my home outside of McCammon, Idaho, and we've been looking at some of the tree projects and habitat restoration work that kind of starts here with beginning of the trees that go out onto different wildlife management areas and public, private, state, a lot of different areas end up using trees that grow out of here. We're sitting in a 30 by 50 greenhouse that is kind of an experiment. We built a pond in the middle of it. The pond goes 3 feet down and 3 feet up. Ends up as kind of a heat sink to keep the greenhouse temperature and humidity regulated. There's 2 sturgeon in here.
It's where the magic happens. He has been donating the use of this greenhouse for several years now. It's his personal greenhouse. He is the one who put this up. He loans the space. He tends to everything that he grows in here every single day. It's a much bigger operation and he's doing it all for us and we're very appreciative of him.
This year our focus was on cottonwoods, but every year we will do whatever we come up with. We do numerous different kinds of trees. Cottonwoods are the preferred roosting tree for wild turkeys, so a lot of them are going in there. Also good for beavers and a lot of other animals. But we do Burr-Gamble oak trees, ponderosa pines, junipers, different types of shrubs, pollinators, all sorts of different plants. I certainly don't do it for fame and fortune. I just do it because I like to do it. I get a kick out of it. Over the last 10 years, 1,000 a year coming out of these different projects of all different kinds of trees for all different types of habitat conservation groups. That's a pretty cool thing. Burr-Gamble oak trees are going to be around 300 years from now. That's pretty neat.
We live in a big world and there's a lot of issues in our world, but I know that the work I do here with the Idaho Master Naturalist affects my community and the things that I care about. I care about our wildlife and our habitat. And I know that every single project I work with here is actually making an impact. My time is really worthwhile.
This is a willow herb of some kind. And the way they open up, you see how
It's a real sense of community. Everyone that's a part of the Idaho Master Naturalists, they're all involved for the exact same reason. They want to make improvements to our local area and to our habitat. And so you're just really with like-minded people. But also, if you don't know a lot about birds, you're going to find someone that knows a lot about birds. If you don't know a lot about plants, you're going to learn about plants. You're going to learn about beavers. You're going to talk with a herpetologist and learn about amphibians and reptiles. And the next thing you know, you're going to be at City of Rock looking for skinks. I mean, just out of the world things that, you know, I didn't even know I had an interest in. It's just sparked so much for me.
I have the best tribe of people here in Southeast Idaho, and we've got folks anywhere from students in high school, college, professionals who are still working, a lot of educators, and retired folks from all walks of life. You're enjoying a green belt, or you're enjoying a cross-country trail, or you're a bird watcher, or you love to fly fish, or literally anything. A volunteer is involved. They're the wizard behind the curtain. No matter what you're doing, if you're enjoying conservation in Idaho, you have volunteers to thank for that.
There's a huge value in not only the volunteers that are out doing the work, but then coming back and interacting in the community and sort of sharing that fire, sharing that passion, the love of the outdoors, and that, I guess that volunteerism can be contagious. And so it can spread like wildfire, and the more people you get out there caring for the land, protecting the land, the better it is for all of us.
I didn't realize that there were that many people around that had that same kind of passion. So it's very empowering and it's very encouraging because you know that you can make a change. You know, you're getting in the dirt, you're getting dirty, and everybody's happy because they're doing something. They know they're making a difference. I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I will have to say that. As old as I am, and as many years I've put on the earth, I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me because of the people.